For the next makeup journal page, I'm going to be doing my makeup with stickers. Okay, step 1, you're going to prime your eyelids. I just use this Wet n Wild one. It's super inexpensive, but it works pretty good. And step 2, you're going to find some stickers. I'm using these ones from Cole Creatives. These are actually so cool. They come with the hearts and the stars, but they also come with eyeliner shaped ones. I put 2 of the bigger stars near the outer corner of my eyes. When I did the primer, I didn't put it out here. So if you're going to do this, put the primer, everywhere that you put the stickers, but it still worked. I went over them with some light purple eyeshadow. And to make it stand out more, I went around the star again with a dark purple shadow and an eyeliner brush. I cut one of the stickers apart. What do they even call this? It's like the outside of the sticker, but I put some primer in the stencil before adding the eyeshadow, and I think that worked out really well. Okay, and my favorite part, this is so cute, I put the smallest star in my inner corner and went over it with a NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. This would have looked better if I did eyeliner on top, which I actually did do eyeliner, but then I smudged the star in the inner corner. So if you do this, do the eyeliner first. I don't know if you could put some setting powder on top of it. Maybe that would make it stay. Maybe just use a white eyeshadow instead. I could have redone it, but frankly, I was tired. We're not actually going to Coachella. I feel like this is giving more like Olivia Rodrigo. But anyways, I took a screenshot. I should have used my front camera too. That's another thing. Doing great. I printed out a couple pictures, then got to work on the actual page. Here's a look at all the stickers that came in this set. I do have hooded eyes, so it was a little bit tricky to actually do the eyeliner shaped ones, but I did get it to work eventually. You just kind of have to angle it a little bit. The skin tone around the eye on the packaging is very light. It almost looks gray. So I thought this black and white picture of Lily Collins would work. I always like to use pictures from magazines to sort of demonstrate how to use the products. This is so random, but did anyone try that Emily in Paris makeup? I need to know. I kind of thought the picture that I printed stood out too much. My skin looked a little bit too orange, so I went back and printed it again in black and white. I stuck everything down, and I used the sticker from the back of the packaging to cover up that random hand. I cut out the how-to guide from the back, and I originally put one of the eyeliner stickers over here, but it kind of looked a little bit strange since you're kind of supposed to close your eyes whenever you put these on, but luckily these are reusable, so I just peeled it off and stuck down some stars like when I did my own makeup. I didn't leave a ton of space to write on here, but I used this middle section to jot down the steps for the star eyeshadow, and a few more ideas of things that you can use to fill in the stencils. Not gonna lie, I've definitely become a sad beige eyeshadow girly in recent years, so if anyone has any recommendations for products that I should try with these, please comment them down below. I think what I'm gonna do is try out some different looks with these and then put pictures and what I used on the next page. But here's how the finished page turned out. You might be using these pimple patches wrong. When I did the Starface page, I told you guys that I didn't really know if they actually worked. They seemed to do something, but it wasn't a super dramatic change. So a bunch of you guys recommended these ones from Peace Out Skincare. Listen, they might not be as cute, but I like that you can actually see them working. They work better if you pop it first, which when you think about it makes sense. I had this huge, super painful zit on my forehead last week, which gross, I know. I wish I did a proper before and after because I used these for about 3 days, and guys, it's almost completely healed. I kept this page fairly simple. Besides the packaging, I found some magazine articles about how to get rid of acne to use on this page as well. A few of you actually recommended this hydrocolloid band-aid hack from this article. I might try that next. I think the Peace Out patches work better because they have other ingredients like salicylic acid and retinol, so I'm wondering if I get a spot treatment with similar ingredients and use that under the band-aid if that would have a similar effect. Although you know what? Even though these are a little bit pricey in my opinion, there's no doubt in my mind that these actually worked. They sped up the healing process, they made it less inflamed. Overall, I was pretty impressed. I'd buy them again. I didn't do anything too fancy for this page. It was basically just a collage. The most time-consuming part is always trying to figure out how to arrange everything. I always got to take a picture of it before I glue everything down. I actually ended up changing my mind again after I took the picture, but here's how the finished page turned out. This may have been a mistake. Okay, we've all seen the iconic Youthforia color changing blush, but did you know that they make other stuff too? This Youthforia primer is seriously my new favorite thing. The instructions say to focus on your lymphatic drainage points when you apply this. So for this page, I found a picture of Zendaya in a magazine because, Youthforia, it kind of sounds like euphoria. Makes sense to me. I used to do a little 5-minute lymphatic drainage massage with my nighttime skincare routine, and it actually made a big difference, but not gonna lie, I've gotten a little bit lazy with it, but when I was doing that every day, my jawline looked so much better. I really need to get back on that. I mapped out the lymphatic drainage points on Zendaya's face with a white gel pen, which, full disclosure, some of the diagrams that I found on Google were a little bit different, so if it's wrong, I'm sorry. This came in the cutest PR package from Youthforia. I decided to cut the sides off of the box and peel the paper off to use in the background. I also peeled apart the card that came inside. As always, I glued everything down, and the primer came with this little insert with instructions on it, so I decided to write out how to use it in the blank space over here. You can use this in a couple different ways. If you're gonna do any AM skincare or sunscreen, do that before you apply this. You can wear this by itself as a skin tint replacement, or like a traditional primer underneath foundation. Just make sure that your foundation doesn't have any sunscreen in it. I actually ordered some Youthforia foundation because I genuinely liked these other products so much. I'm telling you, like, it actually improved my skin instead of breaking me out. I thought there was still something missing, so I cut out the words "makeup you can sleep in" from the product card to fill up this empty space. And here's how the finished page turned out. I worked so hard on this. Dang, Youthforia, why'd you have to go and get canceled? Anyways, if you want to start a makeup journal but you don't have packaging, here's what you can do. I wanted to do a page on this Mario Badescu spray, and normally this doesn't come with any of that paper packaging unless you get it in like a gift set or something. So what you're gonna do is grab an iPad or iPhone, go to your settings, and turn on guided access. Then Google a picture of your product, press and hold to download it, and if you go to your photos, you can resize it if you want it to be the actual size. Make sure your brightness is turned all the way up, then click the home button 3 times super fast to turn on that guided access feature. This will freeze your screen so you can tape a piece of paper on top and trace over the image without moving it around. Mine definitely did not turn out perfect. Even though I turned the brightness all the way up, it was still kind of tricky to see. I tried editing the photo and turning the contrast up, which sort of helped. Although I'm gonna be honest, I have like vision issues, so I feel like most people would be fine. But I kind of like the more imperfect hand-drawn look. I really like to use like the cheaper colored pencils like Crayola for stuff like this because they're less likely to transfer to the other page than some of the more professional colored pencils with the softer lead. I just added some shading, cut it out, and it was ready to go. This came in the cutest PR package from Mario Badescu. I really should have just cut the box. It would have been so much faster, but for some reason I decided to spend an hour and a half tracing this logo from the box, and I wonder why I have no life, but it's fine. Has anyone tried this collagen mask? I really hope this works because the collagen that you mix into a drink is so nasty in my opinion. They say that it doesn't have a taste, but I'm sorry, that's a lie because it does. Anyways, I got this scrapbook paper from Joann's the other day, and I thought this rose print would be perfect. I also got some new letter stamps when I was there, which I would not recommend these because like the rubber part isn't lined up with the letter on the wood on some of them. Very annoying, but that's why we do this on a separate piece of paper. I've always used this spray more for skincare, but apparently you can use this to like wet your makeup brushes or beauty blender, and some people even use it as a setting spray, which I'll definitely have to try that. Okay, I cheated. I could not resist cutting out the roses from this magazine ad. The bullet points were also supposed to look like roses, which I mean, you know, if you squint, tilt your head a little, is good enough. But here's how the finished page turned out. Here's another page idea you can try if you don't have packaging. For products like this NYX Butter Gloss that don't come in that cardboard packaging, one thing that I like to do is actually make a photocopy of it. Now you could just cut this out and be done with it, but I like to scribble on the back with a pencil and trace the image to transfer it onto another piece of paper. Mainly because I can't seem to calibrate my printer, but I kind of like that imperfect hand-drawn look. If you don't have a printer, you can also just trace around the bottle, or pull up a picture on your iPhone or iPad to copy. Did you know that NYX Cosmetics is turning 25 this year? I thought it would be cool to make these look like candles on a cake. So I cut out the NYX logo from the packaging and used scrapbook paper to be the rest of the cake and the icing. I traced around these balloon stencils that my mom had and swatched each product to look like highlights on the balloons. I like to cover my swatches with tape so that they won't transfer to the other page. I used the rest of the space to write out my favorite ways to use each product. Let me know in the comments, what was your first NYX product? I vividly remember buying the Milk Jumbo eye pencil in middle school. A little bit of this on your waterline was the look at the time. I thought the cake needed a little bit more dimension, so I added some shading with colored pencils. I also glued in some random confetti that I found. And here's how the finished page turned out. Happy birthday, NYX! I actually thought about this question a lot. If you decide to start your own makeup journal and you want to be able to separate the pages into sections, you could use something like this binder style planner. I got this one from Hobby Lobby in, I believe, 2022. I'm sure you can find something similar on Amazon. What this is you buy the cover and then you can get different inserts for it. And one of the inserts that they sell is this like bullet journal type paper, which I actually made this as a planner in 2022. Okay, 2023 was not my year. I made this little envelope to put receipts in. You could make a little envelope like this to put makeup packaging in or collage images or whatever you want. I made my own dividers for this, but you can buy them and then you could just write whatever the section is on the little tabs. If you want to be able to separate it, you can definitely do it that way. But personally, I just like the look of this type of journal a lot better. I think it just looks a little bit more aesthetic as opposed to having the binder rings in there. And if you don't want to get one of these like planner type binders, you could also just use a normal 3-ring binder. And I'm pretty sure you can get the bullet journal type paper in like the larger size if you wanted to do something like that, or you could always print your own as well. But personally, I wasn't really that worried about it. I did skip a couple pages here and there, but if you wait for everything to be like 100% perfect, you're probably not going to do it. At least that's how it is for me, so don't worry about it too much. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I originally posted these pages on my TikTok and Instagram back in like April, May, and I just got around to editing them into a YouTube video, but you know, better late than never. Maybe I'll start doing YouTube shorts, I don't know. Frankly, I still find shorts kind of annoying, but I'm pretty sure at this point my channel is officially deceased, so I might as well. I don't know. We'll see. But I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!